What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the Banlist demolishing the market. Y'all said I say Rex too much, so a different word for this one. Let's stop to point and laugh at the failed buyouts going into the Banlist on speculation, though. Baroness Collector Rare did not end up getting any kind of super hype from this list, neither did Borreload Savage Dragon. Omni Negates were not on the menu. With the new support for Borals, it did make a bit of sense to try to theorize it, and the Discord's going, well, it could happen next list for the support, so you might see cycling buyouts on this one, but I just did not see it in the cards for Baroness to be coming back like that, and this one would have made more sense, but I still didn't feel it. Now, the one that does get a huge round of applause for being called by the comment section is Branded Fusion. A lot of y'all were saying, with the new structure deck, it makes too much sense to peel it off the list some, and there it goes to semi-limited. So, this has spiked crazily and got sales rates today, and is now 270 lowest, with somebody even biting at that range, and another sale above 200, and they started out around 150 on the day. The Ultimate Rare doing a bit of a double up jump in price too, from $20 to now lowest listed $45, and the sales are through the 40s with people following through. I really like how this version of the card looks when the quality control is on point, and for the QCR, what's stopping them from making a Starlight Rare? So I would personally be selling into the hype if I had this version of the card of the day, and then the Ultimate Rare seems like a nice one to have, especially if you already had it. Within the 10s, what's changed? Fiendsmith Track is now in the top 5 for today. This isn't too surprising with how much support Snake Eyes and Fiendsmith seem to get from this list, and we also already saw Snake Eyes Doom Dragon climbing and creeping up. The Discord caught this one and we covered it, and now it is absolutely going crazy, up towards $15 to $18, since Supreme Darkness wasn't really up for those reprint slots. The 10s are really struggling to find any value though, and they continue to fall out to where if you're buying an entire case, it's like $12 per bundle, meaning sellers are definitively losing money versus shipping and fees on this, unless there's some magic system to create those for free. And yeah, it's lining up that way here early, but then it jumps somewhat quickly, so that is an interesting gap that's on the front page. Link Karibo Quarter Century Secret Rare is going in. It doesn't have the most printings in the world outside of its Stampede printing, so you might start to see other versions going, but they're pretty populated right now. I do think you'll see this played within Yummy in the format, and speaking of that, Justice Hunters doesn't really have much going for it right now. People aren't grabbing things or going crazy. In fact, K9 probably one of the bigger losers of the list. I know Triff is already labbing that, and going through, yeah, Hornet Drones is just so freaking cheap for its collector rare. But yeah, look at all these readily available, hundreds of listings. Cupsy's still the highest to some degree, but easy access top tier decks that weren't hurt all that much. Speaking of support for the future, this one's peppered in Ghost Fairy Elphobia. Once per turn, you can reveal a wind monster in your hand until the end of the opponent's next main phase 1. Monsters with a level higher than the revealed monster can't activate their effects. Well, Yummy gets to play through that a little bit, doesn't it? But this is for the MST archetype, I believe, and this has been bought out to $10. It only has one printing, and we've covered this before in overhyped history in terms of people bought it out and it didn't really do all that much. Dragonic Diagram is not moving all that much after peeling off the list. The Maximum Crisis version is still around $3, and I think like first edition is, yeah, available under $5. Its immediate reprint was in the same rarity and secret rare in battles, and then you can see it's just secret rare all over the place. Yeah, it's kind of wild. And then it also has the Megaton one too. It's just crazy how many times that actually got secret rared. And Masterpiece is laying on the ground. You know, when we talk about those cards that come off the list and they only get cheaper, really feels like it for that one after it got its reprints too. But Zodiac does not have a lot of reprints, and you know it's getting a bit hyped right now. Zodiac Tri-Brigade with all the new Tri-Brigade support. Chakanine, if you don't want to play a gold rare version, only has its ultra rare, and those copies are going right now, and it is once again a $5 card. Then we have Zodiac Trident. It is getting sales on its secret rare from the OG version, and people don't want to be stuck with a gold rare of that either, especially double sleeving. And you can see here, first edition 650, not the craziest jump in the world, about 33%. Zodiac Barrage is definitely going for its QCR though, and luckily does have a good amount of versions if you just want access to this card, since it did get its Quarter Century Stampede reprint. Then we have Zodiac Whiptail, which only has its super rares and ultimate rare, and the ultimate rare is also on buyout mode right now and going up $25 lowest. This has definitely had an overhyped history. I remember the $60 one. Glow Up Bulb peeling off the list was surprising to many, and the Quarter Century Secret Rare version is going up. Plant Good Stuff is still playable. Will it be taking tournaments? We'll have to keep our eyes on Europe. But jokes aside, yeah, this is up a decent amount. Lightning Storm has very specific versions going. I see that the Platinum Secret got bought out. It looks like low listings on the Quarter Century Secret Rare as well, and it is spiking. A lot of people are saying this definitively kills trap decks along with Solemn Judgment going to 1. I think they'll still find a way to play, but yeah, it is kind of crazy to see the back row clear do its thing. Also, Secret Pharaoh's rare looks like it is going too, but there's plenty of options if you just want access to this card, but almost all of them are $3 and up. Then Dark Lord's got new support, and their prices went up. Kadem Dark Lord has so many buyouts through Yu-Gi-Oh! History, but also there goes Ixchel and other ones, and then Fur Hire is also going. We see Beat and other cards like, you know, Beat going up in price. It's mainly Beat, right? But there aren't the most printings on some cards, so if you want access to them, you should probably get them sooner than later. And then finally, I did want to bring up this. Fresh off the press and Sutff were covering Saryuja. This went up a bit ago, and Sutff is continuing to cover this today for K9. So do be aware that that's why every single version of this has already been climbing pre-list, and it is maybe going to go further today. It is being covered by Sutff as well as Fresh. His market watch is pretty darn solid. I would consider watching. I do feel like they give a bit into hype at times, so never shop with FOMO, but he does have a lot of good coverage as well as picks within his market watch. Not like Baroness though. Nobody was getting that besides the collector. This one still makes me laugh. So let this be a bit of a lesson with your pre-Banlist picks. Don't go crazy with them. Don't go all in gambling on that kind of stuff. It's not like it's going to fall out immediately, but where are the sales rates really going to go? Copium! Thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the conversations, and let me know what you think of Banlist Day. Crazy as usual. The market has been effectively wrecked, but I do think that it's kind of a chill one, considering usually you see an entire archetype spike, and right now it's only Fiendsmith mostly going, which just had its reprints, and the main decks in the building are kind of chill.